Good morning. Happy Friday to you. Hope everyone has a lovely weekend planned and has survived getting through the week to date. This morning's video, Sava here, by the way, from Sava Talks Football, if you didn't guess. This morning's video, I've called it a natural end for Conte's reign. Now, it's a question mark. It's not a statement from me, it's a question mark. We've all seen the news over the last few weeks in terms of his health, in terms of kind of rushing back to be at the touchline for the Leicester City game and for the AC Milan away game. Some people were saying it's just too silly, it's too fast. Other people were saying, well, for that type of operation, that's probably about right. Look, I just feel, and I don't know, I'm sure many people feel this way, many years of being a Spurs fan. And there's Spurs fans that will have more experience of being a Spurs fan than me and less experience. But I think we all start to get that feeling deep down here. You can't see, but deep down here, when we know something's coming to a natural close, to an end, when we know the results aren't good enough, when we know the performances aren't good enough, when we know the players aren't playing for the manager, when we know that the manager starts giving those interviews that look a little bit, I want to say disheartened, but just disinterested, if I'm completely honest. And Antonio Conte, for all of the managers we've had, it feels like this manager has brought the biggest circus with him. Now, not through any fault of his own, but through his name. And what I mean by that is every question now after a defeat is, Antonio, are you staying? Antonio, are you signing a new contract? Antonio, are you going home to Italy? Antonio, your family haven't moved over. Antonio, do you need more time to recover from your gallbladder surgery? And the problem is that comes when performances aren't good. That comes when results aren't good. And look, let's be really honest. People don't want to hear this. And listen, we can go down the Enoch Levy route. But yes, we can. But I don't want to talk about that today. I want to talk about Antonio Conte. I want to talk about Tottenham Hotspur on the pitch, the players. Results have been patchy all season, let's be honest. There's not really been too many good runs of form. There's not really been very many good performances. You could say after we went 1-0 down against Southampton in the first game of the season, you could say the battling performance against Man City 2 weeks ago. I'm struggling to think of performances which I've gone, yeah, that was good. That's why I watched Tottenham Hotspur. When you couple that with the lack of form, when you couple that with the fact that the manager's not signed beyond June or May, whenever his contract ends of 2023. So what are we now? We're coming up to March in 2 weeks' time. So we're talking 3 months max. When you couple all of these things together, along with Kane's contract, along with Son not playing well, and Kulu's not in form, not having a very good defence, and then Bentancur's injured, and Basuma's injured, and all of these things coupled up, it feels like it's just got to the point now where you go, yep, I can see what is happening here. And the only way out of this is going to be a manager change. You can see it. You can feel it. Forget what I think of Conte. I say that all the time. You can feel it. This could be Pep. This could be Klopp. This could be Ancelotti, Ferguson, Wenger. This could be Alf Ramsey. It doesn't matter. The feeling in the stomach is the same. It's not right. It's not going well. His reluctance to change anything, whether it's a reluctance or just not bothering, his substitutions have just become the same every single game. No attempt to do anything different. He looks downbeat, downcast. He's not well. It just all kind of meddles together and makes me think that this is a natural conclusion to his reign. Now, could be completely wrong here. He might come back in, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. We don't know the time frame. There's no time frame given. He might come back and be rejuvenated and renewed and have a new urgency and energy to be Tottenham Hotspur Football Club manager. But I don't see it. That's just me. I could be wrong. Happy to be wrong. Equally, I don't care because I don't want the man at the club. I'll be honest, I don't want to watch this manager football. Now, let's be really clear about this. When I say this, the first retort I will get from other people will be, it doesn't matter who's here, we're not winning anything. I've gone way past that line. I've gone way past that line of winning anything. I'm just want to get back to the part of enjoying watching my football club play. And I'll be honest, when I see his 3-4-3, I don't like it. It's only me. It's only me. Cool. Listen, whenever I speak, I don't speak on behalf of anybody else. I don't speak on behalf of any sponsors, the football club, anyone else on my YouTube channel. I speak on behalf of Richard Sava. Okay. And Richard Sava, this guy, I don't like the 3-4-3. I don't understand putting more and more bad defenders on the pitch than you need to. I don't understand taking away from our forward line and our attacking areas, which is our strength. That's just me. Anyway, when I look at that, when I look at the 3-4-3, when I look at the dull football, when I look at the interviews, I just can't see how this changes. And look, football has been the same since the beginning of time. The manager takes the brunt. Of course the manager takes the brunt. It's part and parcel of the job. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it somewhere in the middle? Who knows? But the manager will take the brunt. At every club. Leeds United, results not going well. Who got sacked? Wasn't the board? Wasn't the players? It was the manager. Bournemouth, it was the manager. Wolves, it was the manager. It's no different at Tottenham Hotspur. And I know people want to say, oh my God, well, what about the 15th manager, the 16th manager? But it depends what you want. At the moment, I'm a fan that wants to get back to being a fan that enjoys watching Tottenham play. And I do not enjoy this manager at all. I've never enjoyed this manager. Some of the counter-attacking football was decent towards the end of last year, but he's never excited me. It's never made me think that even if he was backed, I'm going to be excited. It's pragmatic and it's not for me. But that's all pushed aside because the bigger issues at play are this. And I don't want to knock a man when he's down at all. I don't want to do that. I've been saying this for 6 months, for a year. This isn't about now. What is about now is the fact that he is coming up to not having a contract signed. And I don't know. I keep trying to ask people this question and no one can give me a proper answer. Why was a contract of 18 months agreed between both Conte and Daniel Levy? Let that sink in just for a minute. Forget everything else. Forget your love for him, your hate for him, your love for the football, your hate for the football, your hate for Levy, your love for... Forget all of that and just answer this and put your comments in the chat because this is a premiered video. So you'll probably see this in the afternoon and I've done this first thing this morning before I start work. Why did he sign an 18-month contract? Why was he offered an 18-month contract? For me, a marriage of convenience. I've said this all along, a marriage of convenience. This is a club that we just made an absolute howler with Nuno. The football was terrible. The pressure was on Levy to sack Nuno. He did. And then for me, it was, right, how can I appease the fans? And appeasing the fans was the big name manager. It wasn't going to buy the footballers we needed. It was actually going to get the big time manager that we didn't need at the time, but we need in the future. And Conte didn't have a club. There were no big club jobs around. 18-month contract. It just felt perfect. That's why when people are telling me now, he wants to be here for the long run. This is a project. Okay, well, why was an 18-month contract signed? And people don't want to answer that. But if this was a project, if Antonio Conte truly believed he was going to be here for 4, 5, 6 years and build something, why was an 18-month contract signed? Managers don't sign 18-month contracts if there's a whole plan in place, do they? Now, having said this, could he come back and sign a contract? Yeah, of course he could. I think he'd be absolutely crazy to. Me personally, because this isn't a manager. This isn't a manager that wants to go and get bargains, right? And I'm not saying I always want to go and get bargains, but the point is, Tottenham Hotspur as a football club don't go and get the top players that he needs, the Bastonis, which everyone tells me, oh, he wanted Bastoni. Of course he did. Bastoni's a 75, 80 million pound player. Of course he wants him. We all want him. Not just saying Bastoni per se, but that mould of player. That's not how Tottenham operate. We've seen from our spending in the January window, we've seen from the financial figures, we're not going to be spending like that. And that isn't what Conte does. That's not how he operates. So all these people saying he's here for a project and a long time and he's the best manager we could have. I don't think A and B are quite marrying up. A is fans going, love Conte. He's the best manager we could have. B is what Tottenham Hotspur actually are. And these two don't fit. They don't fit. I'm sorry, they really don't. People say we'll regret it if Conte goes. What will we regret really? The football's awful. The results are patchy. The energy's gone out the team. The team look bored. What is it that we're missing? Look, all in all, I feel for him. I feel this guy needs to go and have some proper rest. I feel like this would be an opportunistic moment for the club and him to part ways. I think they can get away with having Stellini or Mason for however long it takes. And then a natural conclusion is that he just drifts away from it, contract runs down, and then we look for a new manager in the new year, in the summer. Whoever that will be, we don't know. Lots of people think it's going to be Poch. Lots of people talking about they want De Zerbi, they want a Potter, they want a Thomas Frank. Some people want Thomas Tuchel. Some people want Luis Enrique. Whoever that may be, I just feel that that's where this is heading. This is nothing personal against Antonio Conte. There are managers that you don't like, right? There are managers that you don't like because of their football. Not that you don't like them personally. Nothing against them. Seems like a lovely guy, family guy. Seems nice enough. I just don't like his football. So for me, it's quite different. I'm not bothered if he's here or not. But people asking me, can we cope without Conte? What does that mean, cope without him? We've not been doing well with him. Look, all in all, please subscribe. I'm just trying to give some honest thoughts. I'm not trying to bash anyone. I'm not trying to have a dig at any other channels. It's not my style. I'm not trying to belittle people. I'm not trying to belittle Conte. I just genuinely have that feeling in my gut that we get every couple of years as a Spurs fan when you know something isn't right. And it's been there for a long time now. And everything that I'm seeing now is just piling on top of that. Of course, we could be completely wrong. We could be completely wrong, and this could just be he's out for 3 weeks, he's back, and then he's good to go. I just don't see it. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll be back at 4 p.m. today for a live show where I will let fans on for a phone-in. So please, please, please like, subscribe, and join us at 4 p.m. Much love. Have a great Friday. Have a lovely weekend, and see you all soon. Take care, guys and girls. Bye-bye.